Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Here you meet Dr. Samson Omale, the YPP gubernatorial candidate for Kogi State, working towards realizing and the capital of the God come November 2023. We're here this morning to unveil our plan for Kogi State. Gentlemen, the press, you are welcome. Over now to our candidate to tell us what he has. After that, we're going to ask some questions before we round up.
I'd like to acknowledge my chairman in absentia because they are busy somewhere in Owerri trying to flag off our sister campaign. Bishop Emmanuel Amakari, Secretary General, Mr. Bedieno Bame, the National Organizing Secretary, Mr. Williams Moses, National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Wale Martins. They are all away on official duties. I'd like to acknowledge my state party executives, the Kogi State Chairman of our party, Dr. Victor Ojima Akubo, and his Executive Council members. My dear people of Kogi State, gentlemen, ladies of the press, the fourth realm, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to welcome you all to this very important news conference. This news conference has been put together to enable me present my mandate with the people of Kogi State. The year 2023 marks the 32nd anniversary of creation of our beloved state. A creation that was heralded to provide the people of the state greater control of the state's human and natural resources and ensure rapid development across all the parts of the state. Kogi State is the 13th largest in land area and 20th most populous, with an estimated population of about 4.5 million people, according to the 2016 national population. A land of opportunities. The state's capital was the first capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It played a pivotal role in the early Nigerian history. Kogi State is blessed with abundant human resources, natural resources. It has over 32 solid minerals in its soil. Among these are deposits of gold, limestone, iron ore, crude oil, and gold. Agricultural resources include coffee, cocoa, palm oil, cashew nuts, groundnuts, maize, cassava, yam, rice, seed, and the like. These resources are complemented by the industrious and illustrious sons and daughters of Kogi State. Kogi State has about 65% of literacy, which makes it one of the best educated in Nigeria. Kogi State lies in the heart of Nigeria, traversed by River Niger and River Benue, where the confluence is formed. It's surrounded by 10 states, making it to be the gateway between the northern and the southern part of Nigeria. It's a land that strives in entrepreneurship, academia, industry, and more. However, despite all these God-endowed resources, Kogi State continues to endure the worst outcomes from insecurity, banditry, and high level of criminality, thuggery, kidnappings, mistrust, and disunity among its people, fueled by selfish politicians. As a result of this, the land of abundant resources suffers from very high level of poverty, hunger, poor indices of human development, high unemployment, and non-existent infrastructure. Very hostile to investors indeed. Our politicians continue to use religious and ethnic jingoistic tendencies to divide us and to rule us. That is endemic to our collective development as a people. The state has been plagued by poor governance and rampant corruption over the years, with its short-term consequences on our development. For all Kogi people, this shouldn't be our case. we are better than this. Kogi State ought to be far from where it is right now. It is in recognition of this significant void between our abundant human resources and the realities that I have chosen to present myself to run for the governorship position in 2023. It's a chance given to you now and for all of us to realize the huge potentials of the state, to eliminate rampant insecurity, to build a robust economy and create a state that works for all of us. Together, we can build the state of our dreams, the Kogi state that we deserve. We have our philosophies and policies built on 5 cardinal pillars. These 5 pillars can be counted on the palm of your fingers. The acronym can be said to be SIGH, to sigh a sigh of relief, but in this case, SEIGH. So I want to enumerate the core pillars of our policies. Our underlying governance philosophy is a seamless and mutually beneficial partnership between the government and the private sector for the benefit of Kogi people. We intend to pursue policies that create an optimal environment for businesses, large and small, to thrive, thereby creating unlimited jobs, increasing our tax revenue, and providing the resources for the government to assure a good life for all the people of Kogi State. Like I said, our economy, or our government is based on digital economy because we are in the 4th industrial revolution. So our digital economy is built on 5 key priority areas. Number 1, security. We would like to, first of all, secure the environment because it determines every other thing in life. We cannot rise above our environment. The foremost role of any government is to, first of all, protect lives and property of the people that live within its territory. Unfortunately, Kogi State has been bedeviled by a multiplicity of security challenges, including terrorism, armed herdsmen attacks, kidnapping, and political assassinations, among others. Thus, our first priority will be to establish an effective control over the state's security situation in close collaboration with federal security and intelligence agencies. Our strategy combines strong local and international knowledge with the cutting-edge technological tools to detect, prevent, and respond in real time to the varied security challenges facing our state. Key action to be taken in the realm of our security or securing the environment includes, number 1, surveillance. This will be acquisition and deployment of surveillance technology tools, highway CCTVs, UAV, facial recognition technology to enable real-time detection of crime and criminals. Number 2, state emergency management system. Now, design and implementation of an emergency management system that allows the state control room to receive and respond to distress calls in real time. This shall be like the 911 style that links to the police, fire service, and other agencies. Number 2, under our security apparatus is financing. We will, as a state, fund the acquisition of key facilities, including vehicles, secure communication gadgets, and other equipment required by the police and other security agencies. Number 4, local network. We will establish local vigilante and intelligence networks in borderline communities and other rural areas to work in close proximity with federal security agencies. Number 2 on our agenda, on our mandate to the people of Kogi State, is the economic growth, which forms the kernel, the overall base for development we're talking about. I'm a financial economist, so my area is focused on development. We will seek a close relationship with private sector aimed at creating jobs, increasing the state's revenue receipts, and harnessing Kogi's massive human and natural resources. On our part, we shall adopt world-class policies that promote efficiency, remove bureaucratic bottlenecks, and ensure a stable and predictable political environment for investors and entrepreneurs. They don't like uncertainties. They want to be sure of both their principal and their returns. Overall, we shall target at least 7 to 10% annual growth in GDP and a 20% annual growth in internally generated revenue, IGR, as a result of the robust inflows and key policy returns. While striving to support operations in all sectors, our priority sectors will include mining. Under economic growth, mining is number 1. Right now, scavengers and thieves are taking our raw materials, our mineral resources illegally without any benefit to the people. That will stop when we come in. Key targets for large-scale development include iron ore, gold, coal, limestone, and lithium. Number 2 under our economic growth is agriculture. We shall seek major investments and export markets in value chains for which Kogi State enjoys a significant advantage. This includes cassava to ethanol, processed cashew, oil palm value chain, and fruits processing, among others. Number 3 under economic growth plan is tourism. The state government shall attract investments into historical cultural sites, ecotourism destinations, and encourage a large-scale integrated resort development. Number 4, digital economy. Like I said, we shall build Kogi State into a leading technology hub by attracting investments into food technology, agri-technology, climate technology, and e-government services and precision form of agriculture. We now are in the 4th industrial revolution. We cannot do things the same way again. Number 5 under economic growth is industrialization. Having put all these trends in place, naturally industrialization will thrive. We shall attract investments into new and existing moribund industries. We are especially focused on steel, food processing, pharmaceuticals, and biofuel production. We shall pursue efficient and predictable pro-business policies aimed at attracting large-scale investments, as well as supporting SMEs and young entrepreneurs. Number 6, marine economy. The water that's flooding and destroying our people now will be turned into 5 scales marine economy. We shall harness the Kogi State water resources into further economic scales in various locations over the place. Key areas include hydroelectricity power, production, irrigation, transportation, research, and leisure. So we'll turn what's happening now as a disaster to our own business advantage. That's what we do. Number 3 in our plan is infrastructure. You cannot use your hands as implements to advance anything at all. So in concert with local and international investors, our administration shall pursue a robust transport, energy, and environmental infrastructure to drive across all parts of the state. A world-class infrastructure drive is critical to Kogi State's economic growth, security, and improved quality of life. Our infrastructural policy shall leverage close collaboration with local and international institutional investors, including for opportunity, who are looking for opportunities to invest in real assets with long-term returns. The state shall pursue mutually beneficial collaboration with investors aimed at raising adequate funds for key infrastructure projects, including transportation, energy, waste treatment, potable water production, and more. The state's major infrastructural targets include the following under our infrastructure. Number one, energy. In response to recent constitutional amendments, Kogi State shall develop key energy infrastructure projects across the state, primarily using renewable energy, hydro, solar, biomass. Our target is at least 500 megawatts of energy generation in 4 years. Transportation. In concert with institutional investors, we shall pursue the development of a trackless tram. Tram is a big, like, coach that goes on the ground, but we'll see new things in Kogi State. Tram that will project a system of state and local roads covering at least 500 kilometers across the state, including in rural areas. It will be the first in Nigeria. Clean water is another of our infrastructural development focus. Can you believe now that there is no drinking water in Kogi State capital? Surrounded by water. That is an oxymoron. That is unacceptable. Therefore, clean water becomes a priority for us as a government. Kogi's wealth of water resources shall be harnessed in a sustainable manner to provide clean, treated water for rural and urban residents with funding from the state and select investors. Number four, under our infrastructure, flood control. We shall prevent the reoccurrence of deadly large-scale flooding by building a system of dikes, dams, and excess water reservoirs. These projects shall in turn feed agricultural growth in these communities. We shall operate an efficient, transparent, and predictable justice system that protects the freedom of our people. We shall enforce absolute accountability across the entire public sector that starts with from my office. The next, number four, on our list is good governance. Good governance. That's a bane on Nigerian development as a whole. And in line with this, like I said, we shall operate an efficient, transparent, and predictable justice system that protects the freedom of our people while providing easy access to justice. Foreign investors want to be assured of their investment. In addition, we shall enforce absolute accountability across the entire public sector, starting with my office. Corruption, bribery, and abuse of office have cost the state significant sums of money. More so, wanton disregard for the rule of law and deliberate trampling on the freedom of the Kogi people negatively impact the state's ability to attract businesses, increase perceived risks, and decrease residents' quality of life. This will stop. Under our administration, we shall sanitize the public sector by closing all loopholes, enforcing transparency and accountability, and pursuing policies aimed at protecting the fundamental rights of all Kogi people. Key initiatives that we shall pursue along this line include, number one, human rights and freedom. We are born free and we will be free. We shall enact and enforce all bills of rights protecting the fundamental human rights of the Kogi people against abuse of power and other forms of intimidation. A citizens' hotline shall be available 24/7, and all reports shall be dealt with in real time. Number 2, absolute transparency. The Kogi people shall be aware of the state's funding inflows and expenses in detail. We shall ensure absolute transparency and accountability across all government institutions, starting with the governor's office. All misappropriation shall be recovered and punished. Number 3, under our good governance, is responsive judiciary. We shall take deliberate steps to reposition the judiciary with a view towards providing greater access to justice, increasing the speed and efficiency of adjudication, and increasing trust in the judiciary. Number 4, civil service reforms. A comprehensive reform of all civil service shall be undertaken immediately we take over, with a view to improving welfare, skills, and converting each body into what we call strategic business units. They'll begin to behave and operate like viable businesses. Number 5, under our good governance, is environmental reform. A comprehensive reform of existing land and environmental laws shall be undertaken. Key areas include pollution, public smoking, and land tenure. Lastly, on our key policies, number 5, human capital development. Under administration, we shall make ample investments in the state's education and healthcare sectors. A healthy and educated state is critical to its economic development, high quality of life, and the long-term competitiveness of our state. The short and long-term growth of our society is directly linked to the quality of education and healthcare outcomes in the state. Thus, our administration shall prioritize policies aimed at ensuring that our people are at least and at best possess the right skill sets for the fourth industrial revolution or the 21st century. We need skills in technology and other areas. We shall make well-targeted investments in education and healthcare sectors of the state in concert with private investors and multilateral donors. And the key initiatives under this we shall undertake include, number 1, health financing. The Kogi Health System, KHS, in concert with select private insurers, shall ensure access to well-priced health insurance for all Kogi residents. This is aimed at eliminating the deadly impact of out-of-pocket payments on the Kogi people and ensuring access to quality health care. Number 2, under our human capital development, is education financing. As a matter of fact, we have 2 American universities that are ready to come, that are going to establish if we take power, come November. 2 American universities, and we're providing 100 scholarships to Kogi indigenes to pursue first degree, second degree, and their PhDs under administration straight away. It's already on ground. So we're going to finance education. We shall commit to providing subsidies, scholarships, and fellowships to promising talents in priority areas to complete their graduate and advanced programs in exchange for contributing to the positively to the growth of the state. We shall increase funding for research in priority sectors. Number 3, under human capital development, is welfare. We shall undertake a comprehensive review of the welfare package of health and education workers across all levels. The state shall commit to a significant improvement in the well-being of our workers through competitive salary, insurance, and pension packages. Continuous training shall also be funded. Infrastructure. We shall provide ample capital for the construction and refurbishment of existing and new healthcare and education facilities across the state. Special attention shall be paid to the state's primary health sector as a first line of defense for a healthy state. Ladies and gentlemen, in our bid to achieve large-scale economic development in the aforementioned areas, the state government shall push through key policy reforms aimed at attracting investors as well as improving efficiency. So these policies we have articulated, how are we deliberately making plans to make sure they are actualized? Number one, we are going to establish what we call the Kogi Investment Promotion Agency, KOPIGA. KOPIPA is the agency shall spearhead the state's investment attraction drive. It shall be a one-stop shop for investors looking to take advantage of investments that are available in Kogi State. It shall ensure rapid approval of documents, eliminate all bottlenecks, and address investors' areas of concern. As a matter of fact, within 24 hours, you can register your government or your business in Kogi State. It will be done all within 24 hours if you have all your documents ready. Number two, we are going to establish the Kogi Mines Holding Company. Kogi Mining Holding Company. This is a state-owned corporation, and that shall acquire exploration licenses of key mineral resources in the state, thus enabling investors to quickly invest in these sites without elongated approval periods. Right now, we have scavengers all over the place, taking our gold, taking our resources for peanuts. That will stop. Number three, what we do to get this done. Number three is Kogi Venture Fund. I'm a venture capitalist. I'm a financial economist, so I know how to bring money in. That's my job. And we are going to establish the Kogi Fund, a venture fund, in concert with international investors. It's a 20 billion, we're going to prove it immediately, a 20 billion to 50 billion naira fund, which shall be established to provide ample capital for technological startups and MEs. I saw a young man from Kogi State who invented some electric car also, and there's no fund. That will stop. There will be money for such innovations as we come in. It will be with ideas, anyone with ideas and products in select areas like digital economy, agriculture, life sciences, food technology, and so many. The fund shall be available to local government and international companies looking to domicile the activities in Kogi State. Anywhere you come from in Nigeria or outside, if you want to domicile your business in Kogi State, that fund will be available to you. Efficient taxation. Number four, our administration shall develop and enforce a unified, digitally based and efficient tax collection and deployment system that cuts out middlemen, prevent corruption, and removes the burden of multiple taxation. As a matter of fact, we can announce now that there's a limit of money you will earn in the state before you can pay tax. There are people that are going to be out of the tax system. They should enjoy whatever they make. We will not be taxing everybody anyhow. Our tax shall be very friendly to investors. We can give tax holidays to as many investors as come to our state. It will be the best in the country. Number five, under the things we will do to achieve our goals is that transformation of government ministries, establishments of what we call the strategic business units. All government ministries and parastatals will be transformed into what we call strategic business units with the aim of making them viable businesses that will generate huge revenues from their activities and services to the general public. This way, the salaries of Kogi State civil servants will not be the usual one. It will be on commercial basis. Anybody working in Kogi State will be the best paid in Nigeria, if not in the world, because we're going to be generating the money. I know how to do it. That's my business. Ladies and gentlemen, Kogi State is on crossroads. The journey to recover and rebuild our state is a collective one. I am equipped, and I am willing and ready to serve. I know and I have what it takes to turn around businesses. I've helped institutions with turnaround strategies that have recovered or that ensure their recovery from bankruptcy into viable business ventures across the world. I'm an international consultant. I help nations, I help institutions to turn around their businesses. We are going to turn around Kogi State. My working experience cut across all the sectors of the economy, including banking, finance, investment, manufacturing, media. You'll be surprised to know that I was in media. Education, of course. So I have a complete knowledge and experience of all the major sectors of the economy. I know how to manage resources. I know how to manage human beings. I've served in public service, and I even serve as charity even now. I'm a technocrat, and I am a serial entrepreneur. I've established several businesses, and I sit on the board of various international companies. I know what it takes, and I know how to create jobs and how to create businesses. I love my people. I want to lead my people, not to govern them. It shall all be about you, not about us, not about me. This is all about you, the good people of Kogi State. This is about our youths, whose future has been and is still being mortgaged by several governments in the past. To you, our hard-working civil servants of the state, the end of your sovereign has come. Your work will become more exciting from the moment we take over, because it shall be transformed from the bureaucratic, non-productive activities to very active and business-like practitioners in the name as we move forward. Kogi State civil servants will be on a new commercial salary scale and will be paid on time. No buts, no ifs. And for our pensioners who have served their fatherland and yet have been left to languish in their poverty and struggle, the end of your sovereign has come. To our indefatigable women, our mothers, our young ladies, your time to prove your mettle has come. You will be fully represented in our government to the highest percentage level ever in the history of Nigeria. Kogi is an investor's haven. Our government will be the most investment-friendly in Nigeria. You are assured of huge returns to our investors, huge returns on your investment in whichever sector you choose to operate, be it agriculture, mining, technology, tourism, transportation, education, health, any area you want to invest, that is the place to go. Kogi is the place to go. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, my people of Kogi State, this coming election is the most consequential in our history. It cannot be business as usual. We will assure you, the people of Kogi State, that voting us into power marks the end of the 32 wasted years, the years of thuggery, godfatherism, failed promises, large-scale corruption, worsening insecurity, and economic retrogression. We now have the opportunity to take a new leaf, to build a state that works for the people of Kogi State. You have the opportunity to choose between politics as usual that has plagued and enslaved all of us over the past 2 years, or voting a visionary government that will transform your lives within the shortest possible time frame. Together, with the best brains in the state, we shall strive to eliminate insecurity, initiate the best economic growth in the state's history, and significantly improve the quality of life of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, my people of Kogi State, together we can build the Kogi of our dreams, the Kogi we deserve. Together we can turn all the Kogi's potential, both human and natural, agricultural, into profitable ventures. We shall make Kogi State a template and an envy of Nigeria. We shall be the example of the provision of the 4 core roles of government, namely provision of socio-economic benefits, good governance, rule of law, transparency, and accountability. We welcome all well-meaning people from within and outside Kogi State interested in the well-being of our state to be part of this historical moment. Volunteers, grassroots organizers, donors are welcome. I look forward to working with all well-meaning Kogi people to make this dream a reality. I enjoy you to play your part in the realization of this collective dream. God bless Kogi State. God bless the people of Kogi State. God bless Nigeria. I enjoy you to play your part in the realization of this dream. And I'd like for you to visit our various Facebook media platforms, the Dr. Sam Omale campaign page on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time and for listening. I welcome all questions that you may want to have. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Suleiman Mohammed Saika, my deputy. He's the deputy governor already. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
In all of your speech, my name is Guber, and I'm a community reporter, and I report for Community Reporter. Now, quickly, in all of your speech, I didn't hear you talk about the rural community.
It's rural-based. Transportation is rural-based. Provision of water is rural-based. I don't have to mention rural to know that our development is statewide. I'm a rural person. I grew up on the farm. So agriculture, unemployment, thuggery that is happening everywhere. Kogi State will be developed organically from bottom up. So definitely the people from the rural, in fact, as a matter of policy, hardly would any area be called rural because there will be transportation to every place. We want to develop the state holistically. And of course, you want to live anywhere in that state, anywhere, and can work in the state capital because there will be transportation, there will be good road network, there will be water and electricity, and there will be telecommunication. So definitely, yes, it's within our policy. You can be sure. I know you're a community reporter, so I know your passion. You will be part of the government. You can say amen to that now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like I told you before, we already have 2 universities, American universities, waiting to put in their structures. I've already provided. I've traveled to Rwanda. I've traveled to. Last 2 weeks I was in Cote d'Ivoire. I was in America in May. We already have investors. I've already developed business plans on agriculture products. Do you know that Kogi State produces 65% of cashew nut? We don't have a factory in Kogi State. I've already developed business plans on palm, on cashew nut, on plantain that they're already working on. So to answer your question specifically, you mentioned that within 4 years, within a week, hunger and poverty, for example, I'm a farmer's son, will be eliminated within a space of 1 year, 1 farming season. Hunger. Nobody will be hungry in state. God wants to take care of the insecurity that's making people, and let me tell you, I know Nigerians are skeptical because of what you have suffered all the years. I'm not a politician in the realms of it. When I give a statement, it's what I've done. It's realistic, it's possible. We have agricultural land. People are not farming because people are being killed on the farm. So provision of food, which is the first thing, because our leaders have weaponized poverty and hunger to control us. Hunger will be out in 1 year, because as a farmer's son, I know the life cycle of growth. Education will come up in place straight away. Electricity, we've already marked every sector. There are willing investors who are coming, who are already saying, Sam, are you the one signing the papers? Once you do that, they're coming. So within a year or two of administration, definitely you see a difference. Definitely my first 110, Kogi State will have arrived at a state that it will be an envy, because the money is not coming from us. It's the ideas. The money is in place. People want security. That's why I want to secure our environment. We're already engaging companies that are specialize in these kind of areas. So there's time frame from this. I'm promising you. I'm not promising. If I don't promise you, then what am I here to do? It's a job assignment. If I don't do it within a space of 2-3 years, sack me. But I'll be down to resign.
Yeah, the point is that.
Like YPP?
Yes, of course. Are we seeing the possibility of that you're going to form an alliance regarding that? And secondly, what are your possibility of chances of winning this election?
Oh wow! Okay, straight away I answer that first. Say it was off. Turn it off, please. Turn it off. Oh, Sana. Funke.
Yes, sir. Funke.
Funke, thank you for that question. No, but let me start from the last one. The possibility of winning. We are winning this election hands down. No question. Number one, there is no candidate out there that go near us in any way at all. Basic, none. None has the experience, the exposure, and the connection that we have to bring state to development. None has an articulated idea like we have. All we are hearing is personality clashes, and I'm not involved. Nobody going to attack me in my state because I don't have any issue with anybody. They have committed themselves into certain things and I'll be attacked. Nobody has attacked me, nobody will attack me. So I don't want to answer for any other person. I've not killed anybody. I've not stolen from anybody. I've not fought anybody. I've not accused anybody of anything. I don't have any quarrel with anybody in the state. And in my play, there's something we call Ofo and Ule. That is, if you don't have nothing in your hands, evil cannot come near you. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge that there's fear in the state, and there should not be the case. At the end of the day, we want to improve the lives of our people. That's at the end of the day. Governance is about improving the lives of our people. If I can't do it, I'll be the first person to walk away. You will sack me. I'll walk away. Hey, I thought I could do it. I know how to resign from assignments. So the attack we are seeing is a carryover of these people are friends. Don't let them deceive us. They are friends. It's not today that they are friends fighting. So I don't think the government want to attack me if I'm campaigning in Kogi State. Why will he attack me? Why will he? I don't think he will attack me, and I don't believe so.
So what were advice to these people?
Advice to people that settle your individual differences. Don't bring it to the public. And the public should also not be carried along. I don't want to be enemy of your enemy, because I don't know. I mean, what people are doing is to make their enemies of the people that are following them. The people following these people should not be sheepishly committing their lives to them, because they know where they're coming from. My advice is go about. All the time I said that I didn't mention anybody, I didn't talk to anybody. The devastation in Kogi State is not carried by one administration. You heard me say 32 years. So there's no personal attack on anybody. I'm bent on how to improve, and I have the capability to do it. My advice is people should focus on the agenda, not that somebody is afraid of me. What kind of policy is that? And how does that bring food to the table? Because what I'm hearing is personality clashes. Nobody's afraid of me, I'm not afraid of anybody. Bring superior argument that your ideas and your skills are better than my own. Let the people make a choice. I have another office. Politics is not investment. Politics is not trade. It's not even a profession. Politics is a service. And my party logo and mantra is service to the people. Thank you, Funke. Did I satisfy you?
Sure.
Okay. Exactly. If you listen to my speech, I stated that politicians have used religious and ethnic jingoistic tendencies. That's the reason. And let me tell us, the public, that these guys, when they are dividing you, when they are sharing their wealth, they are brothers. They don't have Muslims there, they don't have Okuns, they don't have Ibira, they don't have Igalas. They are brothers. And you know they are believed that. Don't mind that they are fighting now, but they were brothers all along. So what will I do? That's why I've tried to run away from any ethnic and religious things. There are no Ibira Kogis. There are no Igala Kogis. There are no Okun Kogis. There are no Basagem Basakumo Kogis. There are only one set of people, and they are Kogais. There's no Muslim Kogi, there's no Christian Kogi. So my message, which I declared, is unity of the people. Look, the fact that you have a government for your place has improved your life. It hasn't improved anybody's life. So it's their own selfish thing. We have had governors from Igala land. Go to Igala land, it's devastated. We have governor from Okene now. Go there, it's devastated. We have a president that came from Katsina. Katsina is one of the poorest states in the country. Let them not deceive us anymore. Vote for a person that has a clear roadmap of how to lift us from where we are to a higher ground. When that is done, I intend to have offices in all the major, all the 3 regions. I'll be administrating. I'll be governing from Okene for a week. I'll move to Kaba. I'll move to Anyiba or any place in Igala land. I'll eat. They launch the food menu in the state house. Is rotating on all the delicacies in the state. So one afternoon I'll be having roast yam and palm oil, which is Igala, I think. I don't know whether people are hungry now. Yeah, are you hungry? But saying so unity will be the same. I'm a Kogi. I'm going to be a Kogi governor, not Igala governor, not Basa governor, not a Christian governor, but a Kogi governor. An example that when they see our administration, Nigeria will now sit up and say, oh God, all we needed is a person that had the capacity, the capability to turn it around. That's what is happening. They use this thing to divide us. No more excuse for us.
All right.